At home?
At home.
Okay. Here, anyway.
My title is General Office Assistant too,
Okay.
and I do some filing,
Okay.
talk to people on the phone sometimes regarding W-9s,
Yes. Yes.
and then I have to do also some research
Okay.
and research calls. When people calls and ask for something, I have to pull out the folder and give what they want.
Okay. All right. And how long have you been working here?
I started, and then in 1989, I requested for a transfer in here. Since my house is in Los Angeles, it would be easier for me to commute.
Oh, yeah.
So I came here. I came here in 1989. In the Philippines, I am a bachelor's degree.
Okay.
Bachelor of Science in Business Administration. Well, in the Philippines, English is our medium of instruction. Since we are in the elementary grades, we have to start learning the English language.
I don't think I have any strengths at all.
Oh, everybody's got some.
No, certainly a lot of things that I can do about it or improve on. I need to. Shall I talk about my weaknesses first? I tend to do a lot of and then even though I pretty much have organized the ideas in my mind, I sometimes stutter, or my accent comes out so that my words are not as clear to the next person. Right. Like I'm umming right now. I guess what it is too is sometimes I think way too fast, way faster than I can talk, and so I tend to bring out my thoughts as fast or as slow as I can. But then when I do that, my thought regresses back or whatever. My mind goes into a kind of a slow pace too, and so I always lose track of what I actually want to say. Right. Now, if I'm speaking really fast as I'm thinking, then sometimes a lot of people can't follow. But they're going, just because I do need to rephrase sentences or kind of like lay out my thoughts in a more, should I say, more set manner or set way, so that it's easier for them to kind of imagine it and do some kind of imaginary vision.
Okay.
I don't think I have good pauses, and then sometimes I tend to revert back to my Filipino way of speaking English.
Yeah.
I don't think I have any problem with my grammar, and even though I can certainly widen make my vocabulary better.
Yeah, we all do that anyway.
Exactly. Actually, everybody can.
Yeah.
I don't think I have a problem with spelling. With organization of ideas and thoughts, I think I can pretty much have an idea of how to get somebody to try to understand it. But I can do that in writing because then I'm going slower.
Of course.
But when I'm talking, I'm jumping from one idea to the next. Right. And I guess I'm trying to cover as much as I can in the shortest time possible that I can't, I'm not, it doesn't come out very clear to some people. Even though I know, more often than I, especially just in my thoughts, in my mind, I know pretty much what the important points are, what you can stress, what you don't need to stress on or ponder on.
Yeah.
Let's see.
My native language is Tagalog, and I came from Philippines. This is southern part of Manila, like 2 hours apart, and we are usually called the Batangueños. Batangueños is people that live in Batangas City.
Oh, Batangas City, yeah.
Yeah, and I've been here since August 10, 1996, and I was my strengths and weaknesses in speaking English. Well, in my country, I usually got used to speaking Taglish, or what you call Engalog, a combination of Tagalog and English and Tagalog. So I guess the reason why I'm studying here is to learn how to speak English continuously instead of mixing it with Tagalog. And they said I have improved my English during the past, but I hope I could learn more. The only thing that I really lack is maybe the continuous flow of thinking and to connect it with like saying words the way you feel, but actually you're thinking of something else. That's why maybe that's why I couldn't concentrate very well. Because when you have problems to think about, that disturbs your concentration. Yeah. Your what else? Your continuous flow of words that could go out through your mouth. And I just want to, maybe I just should learn how to concentrate well on way of expressing and speaking in what I mean.
My native language is Hindi, and I've been in US for past 6 years. 6 years. And well, my strength is my confidence. Like, I want to learn everything. And my weakness is, right now, I'm not very much fluent in speaking English. I have confidence, but sometimes I know I make mistakes, and then I overcome it. Okay, I made this mistake. And we sell credit card machines, and well, I have to call every day, about 20 to 30 banks and franchisees, and tell them about our company, that how Card Service International can help you to retain the businesses which they don't get in their criteria. So I usually call like 20 to 30 banks every day, and then after 2 months we just mail them again. And right now I'm doing that, like after 2 months I'm mailing my franchises and banks. So I'm learning here. It's just a beginning, like it's my first year, and I'm learning, and I hope I'll do good for Steve Gambino.
You use English or Hindi?
Yes. Oh, okay. So you also speak Hindi, though?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. That is basically. And native language is basically Kannada. My mother tongue is Kannada. That is a different one. I lived in US I came here on January 1999.
Oh, okay.
So almost 6 years completed, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now I was in East Coast, Richmond, Virginia for 18 months. I joined as a tech support engineer, and then later I moved to QA engineer, software QA engineer. So right now I'm working as a QA engineer. Talk about your strength and weakness as speaker as English. Strength and weakness of English, speaker of English, because I'm from my different language. My English is not my first language, or even in the studies is my mother tongue is the first language I studied. I have a little bit like continuous flow when I get some pause or sometime I cannot use the proper words. I mean I don't have that library so where I can use like what you guys can use continuous flow
Right.
speech. So I don't have words to pick up immediately. I can think and talk but not continuous. Okay? Or if I can format the speech then I can speak continuously.
Okay.
That is basically my weakness. I think. Probably, I think I would read some of the English novels so that I can build a library English words, because otherwise I run out of some of the time run out of the particular words or something like that.
Yeah.
Those are the things. And working as a software senior software engineer, QA engineer,
Senior.
software QA engineer,
Okay.
quality assurance engineer, basically testing.
Right.
So whatever the developer develops the code, then we have to test it and basically test the product, like writing a test plans, test designs, test cases, and executing the test cases.
Okay.
That is my major job. And automate the test cases, like the codes to automate the test cases. And those is my basic work. I mean, basically day-to-day business work in the environment. Sometimes I do some tech support because I come from tech support. Because customer I do some tech support, and we have an office in India. Sometimes we communicate with the ID's Indian office, coordinate the projects.
Right.
So that is basically idea my job descriptions.
Sure. The past 1 year, I've been working with the orchestra team. Orchestra team is basically developing the new software. I'm in the development team, developing writing code for this new software. I'm also involved in some designs, detailed design, high-level design for this new product. So I basically work with the architects and my managers to come up with the design and then basically implement the new software. So that's my primary role. And as far as the communication for this, my position is concerned, I had to communicate with the different teams. I had to communicate with architects. I had to communicate with other development teams, and also the testing teams. So, and also I have to present the design to other teams, and we have to discuss the design, and so basically we have to I have to present the design, and if there is any feedback, I have to get the feedback, and then so it's like a collaboration process. I have to collaborate with other teams. It helped to improve the intonation, and also the linking. The linking is the other thing I wasn't like I didn't know this technicality of this linking before, so that helps a little bit. And to a little extent use of idioms. Like I haven't used idioms much before, so it helps now. At least now I use the idioms we learned so far in the exercise. So. I didn't get any explicit feedback, but there were several occasions in the past, like they asked, can you repeat, or like that. So I never heard that the last two months at least. The last 2 months.
Wow, that's significant. So
And I come from South India, and my mother tongue is Tamil. It's the language they speak there, and I have to communicate with my team members and my manager, and sometimes with other people outside my team on a regular basis. But mostly the communication is limited to my team and my manager. And I usually communicate with my manager using email, and sometimes I walk over to his office, or he stops by my office, and we discuss things verbally. Mm, and sometimes I call him over the phone to clarify some issues. And I've noticed that usually when I send him emails, 90% of the time he gets, he understands what I'm trying to ask him, and some cases he'll ask me, send me another email, like because some part of that message would not be clear, or he wanted some more clarification.
Right.
And sometimes when I talk to him in person, I notice that sometimes I have to set the stage or put it in a context so that he can understand more easily. Because he has other things on his mind, and I've noticed that during the course of this class, I've been able to structure my communication so as to spell out more clearly when I write emails, like what are the issues, and sort of break them down into various points, or like make it more unambiguous so that he can understand what I'm trying to say. And so I try not to leave it as an open question so that he won't have more questions, or we won't be sending emails back and forth unnecessarily.
Yeah.
And I also try to do the same thing when I talk to him over the phone. So I feel that part of that aspect has improved while during the course of the class. I've been able to communicate more effectively, and try to reduce the number of times we go back and forth on the same issue.